The Science of Wine by Jamie Good, From Vine to Glass. Now, many of you may be aware of Mr. Good's writings from Wine Anorak, his very informative blog and information source. This is another really finely written book. I have to say, I very much enjoyed his ability to take what could be otherwise dry subjects and basically invest a little energy into the writing to keep things light and accessible to the layperson. At the same time, there is a lot of really good science information here, but how can I say this? Basically, for me, it conveys how the scientific mind looks at winemaking and can enhance it or possibly distract us from the process itself. That said, I have no complaints about this book whatsoever. I have a little mark here that must mean there was something interesting that I wanted to mention. Where is it? Well, maybe not. I guess that was just for me. Sorry. The only complaint I have about this book, now I believe that this was Berkeley Press that put this out, and this may be our American edition. I believe that there's a British edition too. Yeah, University of California Press, Berkeley. I'd like to know if the photos in that version are full color, because I think that the publisher did Mr. Good a disservice by printing them in this monochrome blue scale, because I can tell some of the photos that you can see back here are much crisper than, even the black and white is much crisper than inside, and there are a few where it would have been helpful. And there's he talks about Randall Graham quite often. He seems like he must be a fan of Randall, who's here, and Science of Wine, and Randall, who is here. Been Doon So Long, a Randall Graham Vinthology. We had the great fortune of being able to have a dinner with Randall Graham a few weeks ago. There's a post somewhere on the website that goes back to the pair of dinners that we had first with Randall and then with Bruno de Constalis, which are really fantastic events, and I still keep thinking a lot about some of the things that we talked about. This is an anthology of writing that Randall Graham of Bonnie Doon Vineyards, Pacific Rim, the old Big House brand, which has been sold off. He started doing some writing for the newsletters for Bonnie Doon, found that he really enjoyed the writing part of it, and that he was actually pretty good at it. And I think he is. I enjoyed his writing. He's somebody that was a philosophy major and wound up becoming a winemaker for various reasons. And it shows, I think the Philosopher's Stone is the foundation of the book. So what started out as, there's a bunch of essays, which I read through all the essays, trying to glean any information and knowledge that I could. The major section of the book is a bunch of parodies that he wrote, including basically Dante's Divine Comedy, rewritten with the cantos of hell being populated by those who undermine the production of quality wine. De Canto 3. On top of that, I got a nose of rotten eggs, but I digress, unbearable where the pungent fumes. The whole place just reeked of mercaptans disulfides and hydrogen disulfide. A wide and tall door before us loomed, I beheld and grasped the matter with perfect lucidity. We stood before a warehouse of souls, not so bonnily doomed. Through me the way to volatile acidity, through me the way to premature oxidation, through me the way to corporate cupidity. That's just a little bit. There's a piece in here called The PHs of Romany County, which is a parody of the bridges of Madison County. If you find that other post of ours, Randall read from that at the dinner that we had, so you can actually get a live reading if you want. So I've read all the essays, a couple of parodies. I have not gotten all the way through this book, but since Randall says it took him 30 years to put the writing together, I would have to say I should get a little bit of time to finish up the parodies. I know that he's working on another book right now that will be more about the writing, less about wine. This is really, this if you enjoy writing in general, this is great. If you're a wine geek, you probably should read this. Speaking of writing other books, I know I mentioned that with Vaynerchuk's book, Crush It, that this is more like, I mean, I know there's an audio version of this too, and it kind of reads like an audio version. I know that he's got contracts for other books. I have to think that this is just a first look, and that ideas will become more crafted over time, and that the resulting business books that come after that one may be a little bit more dense, and Kahuna won't eat one of them accidentally. Okay, that's it. Till next time, support your local bookstore, support your local libraries, and read responsibly. Don't read while driving. Take it easy.